It's a realtor's life. We coach right. You get you right. Create your life. It's a realtor's life. We coach right. You get you right. Create your life. It's a realtor's life. We coach right. You get you right. Create your life.
Welcome to the Realtor Life Podcast, part of BND TV's weekly lineup of shows. I am your host, Michael G. Davis, broker and CEO of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, Realtor plus Business Coach. We have another phenomenal guest for you all today. But before we bring them on, I want to remind you that we are streaming live on our Facebook business page and YouTube channel. So if you are checking us out there, we invite you to get into the comments, ask questions, take part in the show. Also, if you have a real estate need, like looking to buy a house or maybe thinking about putting your house on the market for sale, then I want to invite you to stay on after the show for a very special message just for you. Maybe you're thinking about getting your real estate license. We've getting a lot of that lately. Or you're already licensed and you're considering making a change to another brokerage firm. Maybe you need more support. Then I invite you to stay on for a very special message just for you. All right, so we have an exciting guest coming on today. It's going to be high energy, high impact. This is a realtor. She's a part of the 5-star team, so she's going to be coming in representing. Just did a phenomenal presentation on Sunday, got rave reviews from our agents that participated in it. So she's a realtor. She's a motivational speaker. I want to bring to the stage today Miss Vanesa Soto.
Hey.
What's up, Vanessa? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm having an amazing day.
As always.
So look, Vanessa, the reason that we do the Realtor Life podcast was because of my 18 years of being in real estate. I feel that as professionals, we hadn't been appreciated. Our clients, our customers, sometimes even our colleagues, they put us in a box, not recognizing that we're people too, people with passions, people with many layers. So I wanted to create a platform where real estate professionals like yourself, you could come on and you could showcase the other things that you're passionate about in addition to real estate. And, with me being a coach, we may get into a little bit of coaching as well because we find that that's pretty good for our audience. So before we get started, I know when people begin to hear your story, they begin to get into that window of your world. They're going to want to connect with you on social media, which we know that that's something that you're an expert at. So where can people find you on social media digitally?
So on Instagram, you can find me under Realtor_Vanesa with one S, as you can see below. On Facebook, you can find me as Vanesa Soto or Realtor Vanesa Soto.
All right. So Vanessa with the one S.
Vanessa with the one S. And one N, because apparently there's some that have two N's.
That have two A's. So look, one S, one A. You got to make sure you spell it right.
Exactly.
All right. So look, like I said before, the Realtor Life podcast is all about, what are you doing in spite of real estate? What are those things that you're passionate about? So I always start my guests out with the same question, which is, what are the hobbies or activities that you or your family are a part of?
So I am a part of a nonprofit where I help direct. And essentially what we do is now we went from weekly to monthly, but we do monthly meetings. It's more so of a mastermind group full of women entrepreneurs who are seeking guidance, seeking to grow. But what I essentially love to do is to teach them how to make that mind shift, because when it comes to entrepreneurship, I truly believe that your mindset is key. It's essential to having a successful journey in entrepreneurship.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. What's the name? So it's a nonprofit. What's the name of the group, Vanessa?
The name of the nonprofit is Boss Babes Link Up, BBLU. It's directed by one of my dear friends. Her name is Tiffany. And we kind of just, same thing. We kind of just linked up one day. She and I realized we work great together. She wanted me to help her. I'm great at motivation. I'm great at motivating people. That's what I do best. I'm an encourager. So we just kind of linked up, and the rest is history.
So Vanessa, what was it that made you want to create a vehicle like that to help women entrepreneurs?
Oh, well, my personal experience, really. When I first started real estate, it was tough. It was tough. And I immediately realized that if I wanted to be successful, then I was going to have to do a lot of inner work, which is something that I think a lot of people look past. They think that, oh, let me just go straight into being an entrepreneur and, the clients will come. Not necessarily. I'm a firm believer that you are what you attract. So, meaning that you're going to have to change, and not necessarily change, but enhance who you are, is what I like to say. Enhance who you are to attract the clientele that you essentially want to attract.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long have you been doing the nonprofit and doing that kind of work?
For about a year now, I want to say.
Wow, wow. So what kind of results are you able to see with the women that are participating in, what is it? You said Boss Babes Link Up?
Yes, Boss
Okay.
Babes Link Up. What I see is hope. That's the change that I see in them. They come
Yeah.
in and they're like, I'm lost, I'm misguided, I don't know what to do. But what I love about being a leader is being able to be that encourager for them, right? So I give them that hope. I love to let people know, hey, you know what? I know you're struggling. As entrepreneurs, we feel like we're alone in this industry, but we're really not. I mean, everyone starts off with 0 clients. You have to work your way up to the top. As a realtor, I didn't start off in luxury. That's something that I had to work my way up to the top. And yeah, there were many moments where I felt hopeless, but realizing, and I feel like giving people that comfort of knowing that you're not alone. I've been there too. They walk away from my mastermind group just kind of a little bit more at ease, like, oh, okay, so I'm not doing something wrong. No, you're not. Congratulations, you're just as human as the rest of us. And that's what I
Right.
always say.
Right. Wow. I love it. I mean, you mentioned earlier that you provide them hope. And that is, I agree with you. That's a resource that's not easily distributed in the business that we're a part of. So kudos to you for seeing that need. What are some other things that you participate in, Vanessa, outside of real estate?
Outside of real estate, well, mainly apart from selling houses, I
Yeah.
have gotten into helping other agents as well.
Okay.
So that's something that I've been venturing off to, and I did not mean to do that. That kind of just came, like the opportunity presented itself, and I just kind of went for it.
Right.
I've been getting a lot of realtors coming to me with it's the same thing, very similar. They're coming to me asking me for guidance, asking me for that hope. And so I've been kind of going into that route where I'm now making more trainings. I just had a training this past Sunday, as you mentioned, where I helped them, get their social media marketing going. That's something that a lot of agents, we don't do. I know I neglected my social media my first year in real estate. I didn't think I was just worthy enough to put myself out there at the time for whatever reason. But being able to give people that information and that, once again, hope, knowing that, hey, you know what? It's okay. You got to start somewhere, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Vanessa, it seems like, you wanting to assist people and provide that hope to them isn't something that just came with real estate. It seems like it's something that's been with you for a long time. Can you really kind of pinpoint where you got that from?
Ooh. Well, I would say that I've always been this way. I
Yeah.
would say since I've been young, and it's crazy. People always tell me, because I'm very young now, right? But since I was very young, I've always had that leadership role. Like I've always been the one the initiator. If you put me in a crowd full of people in school, they would always say, "Well, who's going to be the team lead?" Everyone would always point at me, like her. Because she's the one that I initiate. I'm the one that's going to make it happen. I don't really sit down and just chit chat all day long. I like to make things happen for me. So
Yeah.
I've always had that quality. Now, when I got into real estate, it forced me to initiate action in enhancing that part of me. So what I ended up doing is, before I even got with LaKendra, I first started off with a life coach. I invested in a life coach. And that right there is what changed my entire world, because she was a subconscious life coach. So what she did is she helped me rewire my subconscious mind in such a way where it allowed me to be more confident in who I am. It allowed me to be more confident in my leadership skills.
Yeah.
And, it ultimately just enhanced that leadership quality. And then once I did that mindset shift, and then I went off and I hired on Lakendra, which is my real estate mentor. Because I
Yeah.
just knew that deep down inside, I just knew that there was more to entrepreneurship than just going straight into getting a business coach. I knew that I needed to get my mind right first so that everything else can start, falling into place. Like they say, I saw this one post, somebody said, I'm not in a rush to have all the money as much as I am in a rush to be disciplined so that I can have everything that, I feel like I deserve.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean that's a phenomenal approach, Vanessa, and it's a great message to get out to the world. And what it sounds like you did is you started with identity, becoming the thing that received the what it is that you want. You have to first become that person, and it sounds like that's the kind of work that you and your life coach did before transitioning with Lakendra. What so what ultimately brought you into real estate? Like what did you do before getting into real estate?
So before real estate, I was working at a clinic. I was working at a clinic. I worked there for about 2 years. I knew that college wasn't going to be the route that I wanted to take. I always knew that, gave it a shot, and I stopped. I just knew that I'm very purpose driven. As I've mentioned, I've always been this way. It was just a matter of finding my purpose, right? One thing led to another. I was doing what the average young person does, which is Googling careers. And I was at a dead end, and I was like, man, what is out there for me? I never in a million years would have thought real estate is something that I would have done because I thought it was a sales industry, and sales wasn't really my thing. I always thought sales was, about convincing people to do something that they don't want to do, right? A horrible mindset. But I eventually ended up looking into it, and one thing led to another. I got my license, but when I started working in the industries, when I realized this is more than just sales. You have to really love real estate to be successful in this industry. Like you have to be in this for more than just the money. And eventually got to a point where I started loving the idea of my clients feeling like, once again, I gave them that hope. My client, when my clients come to me, they come to me like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so lost. I'm so confused. I don't know where to go from here. And so I just kind of start with that mindset. Okay, let me get your mind right first, because I really want you to understand that first of all, real estate is an investment. So I need you to look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
Once I start explaining it to them that way, it kind of eases their mind. And then after that, it allows me to kind of go in there and do my job, do my diligence as an agent. So it's definitely, I would definitely say that it was destiny, I would say.
Absolutely. And I love the way that you explained it. Now that you've gotten into the business and you recognize that to be successful in real estate, you really have to care hard. That's something that I tell our agents. You have to care hard. And that doesn't have anything to do with how many transactions you've done, how many years you've been in this business. That has nothing to do with that. How successful you were in real estate school, you were in passing the time or whatever. Like none of that matters. If you're going to be a top producing agent, the top producing agent is the one that has decided that they're going to care harder than anybody else about people. So it sounds like what you're saying is, Vanessa, if you're going to do real estate, you got to care about people. Like you got to get fulfillment out of changing people's lives and transforming their circumstances.
I agree 100%. You have to be, you have to look at it as this is my purpose. This is my purpose. And you have to find fulfillment in that. I cannot tell you how many agents that I've encountered that they're like, oh, I don't really want to deal with the people and this and that. You got to understand, you're going to deal with a lot of personality here. Okay. And, that's another thing that I had to make sense of: emotional intelligence. That's very important in this industry, because you're dealing with you got to understand, when people see a house, they get emotionally attached to it. A lot of people do. A lot of clients do. And so you have to be able to, be able to calm people down when you need to calm them down and make them see the property for what it is, just a property, as they get emotionally attached. Or when the loans or when the financing starts falling through, that's when you see everybody start attacking each other.
Yes,
and I
yes.
had to learn that. And I'm like, okay, everyone, we got to calm down. As a realtor, you're the middleman. So you're getting hit from the loan officers to the clients to the listing agents to the listing agents' clients. Like, everybody's just barking at you, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. So you got to make sure that you have that composure to be able to really be an asset for everybody here.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love it, man. And it seems like as you continue to do it more and more, you get more and more excited about it, right?
I do, because every transaction is a thumbprint, right? Every transaction is completely different. And I'm the kind of person that I love a good challenge. And that's just me. That's who I am. I'm a go-getter by heart. Grew up like that. That's who I was. I grew up around a lot of go-getters. Yeah. So, I am okay with a challenge. And when I'm faced with one, it's going to be really hard to get me to walk away from that. If anything, I'm going to be the one who's going to go in there seeking more. I'm going to want to learn more about it. Yeah. I don't really like getting caught off guard. So whenever I do my best to prepare myself for any situation, that's just who I am by nature.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. I love it. So, I mean, it's funny. That's a great segue. I like to pivot kind of in the middle of the interview as we begin to start talking about, coaching and challenges and things like that. So, when you think of challenges, what do you feel is maybe one of your biggest life challenges right now that you're dealing with?
Currently, I would say currently would probably be, it's pretty hard because I've been working on a lot.
Well, tell us. Well, how about this then, Vanessa? Tell us about one that you've identified and you've made strides in getting past it. I mean, it may be some good feedback for the audience.
Okay. I would say the discipline, discipline part, and you know what? I would say that that's something that I still struggle with, right? Okay. Have I gotten much better at it? Absolutely. But I feel like there's always room for improvement. But discipline it can be very difficult when it comes to being an entrepreneur and a realtor. Also time management, right? I feel like I've gotten to the point in my career currently where I'm just going. I'm on go mode. Like, I'm working 7 days out the week. You can call me at any time. I'm available. But maybe I'm a little too available. Because then I noticed that I'm on overdrive, right? And these past couple of weeks, I must admit, I have been on overdrive. And that was a mistake of mine because my performance started to kind of decline. And I felt like, one of my clients was like, it sounds like you need a break, because I was on the phone like, hello, what is it? What now? What do you need now? Yes, and so they can sense that energy. You're so right. I'm just like, okay, I have to implement, something different, because I don't really have a day off necessarily as a realtor. But I have implemented time blocking, in that, and so I just have certain hours of the day that I'm just kind of like, I'm going to get a break here and then get back up and keep going here, and that requires me to be disciplined, because sometimes I don't even want to stop working. I just want to keep going.
Go. They say that's because you're having so much fun out there, huh, Vanessa?
Yeah, it is fun. It's fulfilling. It's fulfilling.
Yeah. So, here's something that I learned, and you may have heard this story. You ever heard the story about the two lumberjacks?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, well, real quick. So there were these two lumberjacks, right? And they were in a competition. So one lumberjack, he decided that, he was big and strong, had a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, was very intentional about doing a good job and winning a competition. So his strategy, his approach was that he was just going to go at it, right? He was going to go once the guy said start, the timer began, he was going to attack it, and he was just going to be chopping as many trees as possible. So he's just going. He's putting a lot of energy. He's putting a lot of effort, and he's going. So the second lumberjack, right, he approached it a little different, right? His thought process was, I'm going to begin, but I'm going to find opportunities that when I begin to get tired, when I begin to realize that the axe maybe needs a little bit of sharpening, I'm going to take breaks, right? So the lumberjack that decided that he was just going to put everything into it, he's going and he's chopping trees. And you can imagine he got off to a faster start than the other guy. right? But the other guy, he was more balanced in his approach. So he's chopping trees, and every now and again he stops, and then he begins to take a breath, and then he begins to sharpen his axe, right? So to fast forward through the story, the one lumberjack, obviously towards the end of the race, he's tired. His axe head is dull, right? So he's not being as effective as it relates to how fast he's chopping trees down, right? The other person that took the time to take a break, that took the time to sharpen his axe, in the beginning, it may have seemed counterintuitive. You may have looked at that guy like, man, he ain't serious. He ain't trying to win. What do you mean he's taking a break? But at the end of it all, every time he chopped a tree, he had maximum sharpness to his axe, and he was approaching it with the right amount of energy and effort. So when the competition was done, the guy that took a break doubled the amount of trees that he cut down than the guy that never took a break. That story right there, Vanessa, is something that I always revert back to when I begin to feel that guilt of relaxing, right? Of saying, you know what, I'm going to turn the business off. Let me regroup. That's the story that I always revert to help me with that, you know, that voice in our head that makes us feel like we should always be working, that we're being lazy, and whatever narratives that we're giving ourselves. I always say, you know what? Me taking a break is actually me making sure that I show up for my clients 157%. Me sharpening my axe is making sure every time I swing it, it's the sharpest as possible so I can achieve that result. So I know it helps me, man. Maybe it'll help you too, thinking about that story. When you begin to put in an off day, I absolutely encourage you, Vanessa, to get an off day. Even the Lord rested one day. Come on, Vanessa.
You're right.
Even God stopped after the good word. Come on now, you gotta take a day off.
Let me tell you a little bit about my journey as a realtor, though, because I think that what's getting me to just go now is the fact that I think that, so my first year, I was, a lot of people think, oh, your first year, like, why didn't you make, like, they ask me, well, why didn't you make all of your goals and like hit all of your numbers and things like that? My first year in real estate was all about me sharpening that axe. That was all it was for me, right? So I think that now I'm at a point where I'm so excited to just apply all of this knowledge that I have and just show it to the world. And I'm starting to reap the benefits of all the seeds I planted my first year, my second year. You know, I'm seeing it. Like, I'm literally physically seeing it. I'm spiritually, emotionally, mentally seeing it. Like, everything is finally coming in alignment to what I envisioned 2 years ago. So I think in a way, so I agree with you though. However, the idea of taking breaks and taking a day off is very essential. And I am getting comfortable with that because subconsciously, I know you mentioned the idea of us saying, oh, we're lazy, this is lazy. That's a subconscious mind. Your subconscious is telling you that somewhere along the lines growing up, you were told that by staying still, that was lazy. And I struggle with that, you know, by staying still. Like, growing up, it was always like, you're not doing anything, you should always be moving around. And I'm like anxious to move around. So I'm learning to kind of step back, because you're right. I'm not showing up for my clients if I'm not pouring into myself. So identifying what it is that helps me feel recharged in a way is essentially the best way for me to show up for my clients. But I will definitely say that it's a mix of that, and I'm so excited to go out there and just tell everybody, like, hey, look, this is what I've learned. This is what I've been working on. This is what helped me. My mind is good. You know, like, now the physical is following because I worked on myself internally with my identity, with who I in my training. And this past Sunday, the first thing that I mentioned to all the realtors is, who do you want to be known for? Who do you want to be known for? That is the first thing. That is the first question that you should ask yourself, and you should dig very, very deep with that question, because that is what's going to help you stand out from the rest of the crowd, whoever you want to be.
Yeah, no, that's a great word. Matter of fact, Vanessa, you have some of your students on that attended your course showing you some love today. So I don't know if you're able to see the comments, but we'll get them up on the screen. But you're getting a lot of attention from your crew that you impacted. So no, that, Vanessa, I knew it was going to be a phenomenal interview. Like I couldn't. There was no doubt in my mind that we was going to have a good time, right? When I knew the energy that you brought, I know the energy that I bring. It was going to be a match made in heaven, man. So I'm so thankful that you took a moment out of your day to come on board with us, to spread your message, to spread your word on the level of value that you have for this marketplace. Are there any final things that you have for the audience, or maybe there was something that you weren't able to mention that you want to say before I let you go?
Well, I would want to say, number one, that I want all of you guys to keep the course. That's number one. I am a motivator by heart, by nature. That is what I do. I do have intentions on having more trainings, and a lot of them will revolve around both mindset and entrepreneurship and what it is just to be a realtor in general. So keep in touch. Follow me on my social media because I will be posting those. I am a big motivator. That's what I do. So if you're someone who's coming into the game and you're new, you're lost, you're misguided, I encourage you to keep in touch with me, reach out to me. I'm a very genuine person and I love helping others. I'm a big believer that if I bless you, hey, God blesses me back in return times 10.
Absolutely. Hey, we on the same page, Vanessa. I say it like this. Zig Ziglar said this: you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want, right? So it's the same thing. And I can tell with the amount of giving that you're looking to provide, the sky's the limit for Miss Vanesa Soto. I can't wait. All right, Vanessa. Well, look, appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Now, look, guys, as always, I told you it was going to be an awesome interview. Vanessa is so powerful. So make sure you connect with her on social media. Look out for her trainings. Attend the next one. It is going to be definitely worth your time. All right. So coming up, we have another Realtor Happy Hour Live. It's going to be going on today at 2:30. For you all that are not aware of what the Realtor Happy Hour Live is, or Real Estate Happy Hour Live, it's just real estate professionals coming together talking about a little bit of randomness. As y'all can probably tell, I'm freshly cut. So it's kind of like when you go into the barbershop or the beauty shop getting your hair done, just those conversations that come up. Random conversations that come up. That's what this is about. So we're going to be going live on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. We're here at we call it the High Rise here by the NRG system. We're going to have some libations going as we just begin to talk about some trending topics, as well as we have real estate information, real estate topics we may fill in there. We'll have a agent tip that we discuss. Margaret's going to bring a real estate story gone wild. So I'm gonna be there. Margaret's gonna be there. Jess, our super producer with Milk and Honey's gonna be there. LaShavia, the Wiz, she gonna be in the building. I've got some other guests that have confirmed. So you too, come on in about an hour and a half and hang out with us in the Real Estate Happy Hour Live. All right, and then tomorrow at CEO Coach Mike. I don't do many of these, but I'm doing, obviously, because it's for my real estate company, I'm doing it. I'm actually doing a presentation on tomorrow. It's all about lead generation. It's about how serious real estate professionals attract business, right? We're going to be, it's going to be 2 hours with SEO Coach Mike. It doesn't cost you anything. All you have to do is visit the events page, reserve your spot. We'll be here in person. It'll also be virtual. Right? So I encourage you right now, reserve your seat. So we're going to be talking about practical ways. Some of what Vanessa talked about is how are you showing up? How are you turning yourself into a magnet to where you can do that most critical activity in any real estate business, which is attracting business, putting yourself in a position to attract business every day. So we're going to be talking about that 2 hours with Coach Mike. It's going to be some exercises. It's going to be some information. And everything that I do, it's all about utilization. Meaning, if you're going to spend 2 hours with me, then you're going to walk away with something that you can implement into your business immediately. I'm intentional about it, right? Because I ain't trying to waste your time, and I'm sure enough not going to waste mine. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Then we're going to roll over into Thursday. So we're going to be bringing in for a lunch presentation. Super excited to have her is Anna Torres with Frost Bank. It's also going to be in person and virtual. I encourage you to come in person at our office near NRG so you can meet Anna. You can get something to eat. We're going to be breaking bread together. That's going to be on Thursday at 12 o'clock. Again, make sure you go to brooksanddavis.com, reserve your spot. Also, I want to remind you, you do not have to be a member of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. As long as you're licensed, you can attend any of our events. That's our way of giving back to the marketplace. We want to be valuable. So you can come meet Anna as well if you're not a Brooks & Davis agent. But we're doing that Thursday at 12 o'clock. Lunch will be served, and you're going to learn about all the great things that Frost offers, as well as what Anna offers to assist with your buyers and the different programs that Frost may have to assist with your buyers. So that's going to be on Thursday. Then after that, we're going to be doing our builders field trip. We're going to be going out on our side of town, going down 288 South. And we're going to be visiting one of the communities, D.R. Horton. We're going to be visiting that community on Thursday. The builders field trip is something that we do every week because we want to make sure that our agents are well versed with what's in the marketplace. When a client comes to them, they're looking to purchase a home, they need to know exactly what's in the market at all times so they can give the best level of service. Again, you do not have to be a member of Brooks & Davis. Come hang out with us. We're going to be down there. We're going to be touring it. We're going to be getting our information and understanding what's going on. It's always also great to engage with the sales counselors. They're looking for an opportunity to build relationships with realtors. Go ahead and do it. There are people that are touring these communities that aren't even working with agents that you may can help and offer some advice to. So again, how are you positioning yourself daily to attract business? This is an example of it. So we'll be doing that on Thursday at 2 o'clock. Make sure you take advantage of it. Then, we're actually also on Thursday, in addition to the Builders Field trip and the lunch presentation, so it's going to be a busy Thursday, our Prime Real Estate Network, which is another part of BND TV, hosted by Rick Davis and co-founder Larry W. Brooks. They are going to be having a very special guest because the Prime Real Estate Network is about entrepreneurship. So they bring on entrepreneurs. You're able to hear their stories. You're able to learn their strategies. So it's a great event to participate in as well as to watch. So they're going to be going live at 12 o'clock on Thursday as well. And I encourage you all, if you're not at the lunch presentation, definitely take advantage of the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. But here's the great news. If you miss it, you can always catch it on their YouTube channel, or you can catch it on Spotify. You can catch it on Apple Play. So you don't even have to miss it. Make sure you put this in the repertoire. Go back and look at previous episodes. I promise you, you'll be thankful that you did, that you took SEO Coach Mike's advice and you went back and you checked their previous shows out. Right? And then finally, we're doing our hands-on mentee workshop. That's going to be this Saturday at 11 o'clock. Look at that, March 11th at 11 a.m., right? That's a sign to you. That means you need to participate. Again, at Brooks & Davis, we're super serious about how we support. So that's with our coaching, our group coaching, our mentor program, which is what this is about, where our head of agent development comes in, and she has right now topics that are showing our agents, getting them up to speed on the things that they're going to be seeing as they're working with buyers, as they're working with sellers. And it's with this in-person format, they're able to role play, they're able to get their questions answered, and they're also able to do exercises that, again, they can use right now in their business in a situation or a transaction that they're working on. So that's going to be in person, March 11th, this Saturday at 11 a.m., our hands-on mentee workshop. All right, we got a last couple of announcements I always like to make people aware of. The one thing that we do at Brooks & Davis, I talked earlier when it comes to our support, we do one-on-one coaching, but every day of the week, our agents have an opportunity to do group coaching with yours truly. Spend an hour of time to make with me. Again, we do that because we want to make sure that our agents have absolutely every resource that's available to them and have the level of access. Right? I've been doing this business almost 20 years. I have over 1,000 transactions under my belt. I've invested tens of thousands of dollars into coaching, training, and getting skilled. Multiple hundreds, close to 300 hours of academic work just in coaching, right? So there are techniques, strategies, resources, a lot of what Vanesa spoke about, right? These are things that I've been trained on. So if my agents can get access to that every day, right? Can you imagine what type of production and success that they're having in these streets? So we do that at least a day a week. Also, if you're not a member of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, then we now have an opportunity for you to gain access to things. One of them is I'm looking for speaking opportunities. I have 4 amazing topics that I've created curriculum around. I can do a 1-hour talk. I can do a 2-hour talk. I can do a 3-hour talk. And I have enough content to cover all of it, right? So if you have a group that you're a part of, that you guys want to bring me in and do some training for you and for your team and for your group, give you some of this information, again, that this right now information that you can utilize in your business to help you move forward as it relates to goals, as it relates to leads, as it relates to managing stress, as it relates to leadership, right? Bring Coach Mike in. Right now, I'm waiving my speaker's fee, right? But we're going to cut that off pretty soon, right? And there's going to be a moment you're going to have to come out your pocket. Look, take advantage of it. So reach out to the office or go to bookings@michaelgdavis.com to make it known that you're interested in bringing me in to speak to your group, right? That's how you get me on the calendar. And again, right now we're extending our promotion through the month of March. You get me on the calendar before the end of March, then I'm going to waive my speaking fee. All right. And then finally, something that I spoke about earlier that we do, I'm doing the group coaching every day, 1 hour. Well, I decided to expand that into others that are not a members of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. And once a week now, I'm doing what's called the World Changers Table. I'm hosting the World Changers Table. And what it is it's 1 hour of group coaching with CEO Coach Mike. We know one-on-one coaching is expensive. And when I say expensive, I mean thousands of dollars for one-on-one coaching. How do I know? Because I paid it, right? I know what it costs. Well, there needed to be an affordable option in the marketplace because sometimes people need information to help get them to the next level to where they could afford paying $1,000 a month on coaching. Well, that's what the World Changers Table is. There's no contract. All you have to do is for that week, pay for your seat, right? You pay for your seat. You got it. Only 4 seats per session because we want to make sure that it's positioned and designed to where you get maximum value out of your participation. We alternate between virtual and in person. Like today, we're doing an in-person session, right? The next week, we'll be doing virtual. Go to michaelgdavis.com/WCT. There, you can see the calendar. You can determine, do you want to do virtual? Do you want to do in person? You can get it on the calendar. You can book it. You can pay for your seat. You can hear testimonies of people that have been exposed to the coaching and the concepts, and then it'll help you make the right decision. So make sure you go there. Make sure you take full advantage of that. With that being said, I just want to give everybody a reminder that if you have a real estate need, like looking to buy a house, looking to sell a house, put your house on the market for sale, maybe you're thinking about getting your real estate license or you're already licensed and you're considering making a change. You need a company that offers the level of support that we offer at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. Stay on right now. We're going to have a very special message just for you, and we can do that. So with that being said, this has been the Realtor Life Podcast. Shout out to another amazing guest, Miss Vanesa Soto. So grateful that she came on and she shared her world with us. All right. I am your host, Michael G. Davis, broker and CEO of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, realtor plus business coach. Looking forward to coaching you into the cosmos. It's time to take off, baby. Make it a great one. Hey, this is Michael G. Davis, CEO of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC. I am also a realtor plus business coach. If you are currently have a real estate need, or you're in the process of getting your real estate license, or maybe you've already gotten your license. Awesome. Watch this whole video because I have some outstanding news just for you. Now, if you are considering buying a home, we want you to know that we offer at no cost or commitment to schedule a showing for you to see any property in the Houston Metroplex. But when you hire our real estate company to help you, we will hold your hand and guide you through the home buying process step by step. Visit our website or give us a call at the number shown to learn more. Or maybe you're considering putting your home on the market for sale. We want you to know that we offer at no cost or no commitment a couple of things. First is a free neighborhood buying and selling activity report for your home. This report will show you the amount of buying and selling that has taken place within your neighborhood within the most recent 6 to 12 months. All we need is your mailing address and email address to get the report over to you. We also offer at no cost or commitment a free in-person property condition home evaluation. This is where one of our real estate professionals will come into your home and give you recommendations and advice on what changes to make to the condition of your home and talk with you about how these changes could help sell your home faster and/or for more money. But when you hire our real estate company to help you sell your home, we will put your home in front of more active home buyers than any other realtor. Just visit our website or give us a call at the number shown to learn more. Finally, if you are in the process of getting your real estate license or with a brokerage firm and thinking of making a change, we want you to know that we offer at no cost or commitment for you to be able to attend any Brooks & Davis real estate firm, training, or event. But when you join our firm, we will show you how to get everything you want using your real estate license. And what we believe real estate professionals want are an outstanding quality of life, the freedom of having options, and the ability to pursue what makes them happy. Visit our website or give us a call at the number shown to learn more.